cause it hits smack. Look up that, feeling that. It's all that, so you asking for all that. I'm giving that. It's deep black, 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 it's deep black.
Dun, 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 dun. We're back. Part 2 of our episode because there was so much content. How you doing, Brendan? Are you refreshed? No.
No, I'm still very tired.
We have to get through this. Otherwise, we're going to overlap hard. Dude, there was before we get started on the wrestling, there was a little bit of tingy tings that happened in the NBA last night while we went off the air. I really want to talk about one thing in particular. Our good old boy Max Strus, who is now a Cleveland Cavalier. Did you see that fucking? Did you see the highlight of that shot?
Dude, that was fucking crazy. That was one of the luckiest shots I've ever seen in my life.
Oh, bro. That was by the way, it was almost a record I think for distance. It was 59 fucking feet. He hit that shot from 59 feet out. That's like super backcourt.
Because I've seen those a lot. Like this year, but like going into half, there's been a couple of them, and it's kind of meaningless in the grand scheme of the game. Cool shot, but like to be
Well,
Dallas and
not
be
just
like
cool shot. He
this
fucking
game's over.
he had a 67-second stretch where he hit 4 threes. So he went off for like a minute. So it was nice. It's nice to see Strus have fun, even though it's not gonna go anywhere.
It might,
Um,
dude. The Cavs are
well, no, you know
really
what? I
good.
can't even say that. I can't even say that. You're right. I can't even say that. They're high up there. They're like what, second, third,
They're the second seed. They
second.
look like they're about to lose to Chicago in overtime right now. Um, what's crazy is even with like they went on like a dumbass like 20 and fucking 3 stretch, and there's still 8 games out from the 1 seed.
I'm watching Clippers 43, Lakers 36, and the second with 8 minutes left. So
Clippers gonna smoke them.
yeah, it's looking that way. Um, Heat, by the way, are on a 5-win streak, so that's nice. Go Heat.
Yeah, they gotta play the Nuggets tomorrow. That's what I'm waiting for because like they've had a good streak of like getting back on track after losing the 7 or whatever, but they've been
Now
against
we
shit
got to see
teams.
the juggernaut.
Yeah, they've been all against like 500 and below teams. So now it's like okay, but can you
I've heard
do
that
it
song
against
and
good
dance
teams?
before. where have I where have I heard that before? God damn it, it's back.
You're like, damn, I wanted to be basketball season so bad, and now I can't wait for it to be football season.
When will this narrative go away? Make it stop. We beat the Cowboys.
Yeah, the Panthers
Uh,
at least. Panthers are really good.
yeah, they are. They are. They're kicking ass. A little bit of NFL news, nothing too serious. It's not that. Um, Ladarius Sneed over in Kansas City got the franchise tag, and they're letting him seek a trade if they
They're gonna
can't get
trade him.
if they can't get anything done quickly. Which yeah, they're probably gonna trade him. And they're definitely releasing MBS. That's happening. Uh, Other than that, I don't think what. Oh, Zach Wilson got permission to seek a trade, so he can find out that he's worthless.
Who's gonna trade for him
There
and
ain't
why?
nobody. There ain't nobody. Zach Wilson will get fucking a trade if somebody's quarterback dies in week 7 next year.
Yeah,
That's
just
the
cut him.
only way. Um, yeah. Other than that, I don't think there's anything crazy that's
Yeah, it's
going on
now.
about the draft.
And honestly, dude, the fucking free agency this year is gonna suck. It's not gonna be good. I love this fucking list that
Unless you
comes
get
out
running
through.
backs.
Yeah, yeah. Besides, like, there's running backs and pass rushers. That's it. Which is cool. But like, I love this list that comes out like 3 months early, where they're like, "Oh, here's the top 100 free agents," and 3/4 of them always get franchise tag every time or re-signed. So it's so dumb.
For less money.
Yeah,
Although I'm sure there's gonna like X will find a new home. Ladarius Sneed will definitely find a trade. Like somebody will definitely grab him. Um, Derrick Henry's gonna find a new team. Saquon Barkley's gonna find a new team. So at least we'll see. It's gonna be interesting to see people in different uniforms. We're about to play musical chairs with our well, not our superstars, but our upper level running backs in specific. There's more than that. I think there's like 5 that are like there's 5 big ones in the free agency pool.
yeah. Saquon, Josh Jacobs, Derrick
Eckler.
Henry, Eckler, Dobbins, Tony Pollard.
Oh my god.
Um, I think that
Yeah,
covers it.
I think everybody's about to play musical running backs.
I think this is what it's gonna be going forward too. It's every year is gonna be fucking musical running backs.
Uh, so yeah. Other than that, do you have anything in the fighting world?
There's not much going on.
Yeah, I didn't think so. All right, I got the Steve Weiser here. I'm good and fucking beat up from bowling. Let's get into this Raw. We've got 7 pages of notes on this Raw. Like we actually did the first two events when I did the notes, I was still figuring out how I wanted to do notes for this. The Raw one, I got it. Like, especially now that you're working on the doc, I definitely understand how I want to do notes going forward. So the Raw, it was a good call to not have this episode or this part of the episode last night because I wouldn't have made it.
Me either.
um, we've got 7 fucking pages of notes, so let's get to it. Um, do you wanna go with the narration? I'll just jump in because
Yeah, well, because I kind of led the notes
you
on this one.
you let it
Monkey was
go.
unavailable,
I was bowling.
falling like an old man.
Which so before we get started, we got two entirely because I was bowling. We got two entirely different experiences of this event. He saw it on live TV. I saw it. I'm not gonna say where, but I found a place where I could see it and get the whole event, review it and shit. So I didn't see what he saw, and it's gonna be pretty evident in our notes.
I'm kind of at the point now where like I wish our fucking show was one day later, so that way I could just watch Monday Night Raw on Tuesdays and enjoy my experience.
It's a bliss.
Because dude, they're like every 5 minutes there has to be an ad of some sort. Oh, we'll get into it. But so we start off the night with pretty much, like a 3 minute elimination chamber recap video where they're playing More Motionless and White. They're
Fuck
showing all
yeah.
the fucking fireworks and all the cool shit that happened, and showing none of the things we complained about in the last episode, proving our point of those things sucked.
They knew right away.
So thank you. And because I like this because usually a night after one of the major pay-per-views, or I'm sorry, premium live experience, whatever the fuck. Um,
Premium live event. It's dumb. It's dumb. Go back
Stupid.
to pay per views.
Just take my money and take the commercial. I will pay you $50 to stop interrupting my pay-per-view with fucking commercials. I have no problem doing that. Um, but usually it's like a super happy opening, and you get like a Cody Rhodes entrance, or something cool and fun. No, they just cut directly to Dom Mysterio in the middle of the ring, and the second he tries to put the mic up to his mouth, the whole fucking crowd, boo, fuck you, Dom, boo. This isn't what we want.
Bro, first off, all right. I I love the fuck out of this because he's so. This is when you're a heel. This is what you want. You want to walk out and open your mouth and not be able to get a word out before the whole entire fucking stadium or wherever arena boos you
No,
out of
but
the fucking
th-
building.
they they doing this
It's
so much. It's so much different because with other heels, they'll boo you, but then once you start talking, they'll wait, they'll listen to what you have to say,
nah,
and then
dude.
they'll boo you again.
He gets
No,
so much fucking heat they don't even want to hear him talk. It's so effortless too. He just has to come out and go, "Ah," and then that's it. All the heat in the world, dude. And he's dating the baddest bitch in the fucking land, which makes it 1,000 times worse, I'm sure, for the crowd. Like, his whole gimmick is great. His whole gimmick is fucking great. He's a walking fraud alert.
it really is.
I'm sorry. All right, go ahead. No, Pat
So
McAfee, by the way, laughing while the the crowd's booing. That was fucking hilarious. It's Pat McAfee's very infectious.
He is. It makes Monday night a lot more enjoyable with the fucking commercials. So you can eventually kind of hear him over the roaring boos, introducing the baddest bitch on the planet or whatever the fuck he says. Um, he introduces Rhea Ripley, and one thing I'm starting to notice about her is she fucking like licks her lips all the it's so I hate that shit. People who lick their lips all the time or like smack their lips all the time, it's like a big pet peeve for me. It's so fucking annoying. It's like nails on a chalkboard. So I'm like, just fucking stop, dude. And
I mean, I don't mind it,
yeah, I guess.
but she's, by the way, looking peak Chris Motionless.
Yes.
Peak Chris Motionless, dude. Sorry.
It's all good.
God.
Fun
It's
fact,
Monday night, mommy.
I met Chris Motionless, and you know how tall I am. I was looking up at that dude. That dude is fucking huge.
Yeah, he is. He's fucking. Imagine dude. He towers when you're in like the front row or the front, not front row, but at the rail.
Yeah, fuck.
He towers, dude. It's fucking awesome. I've been to a few Motionless in White shows. They're fucking
Yeah,
cool.
good times.
I'm a huge sucker for that band.
So Rhea Ripley makes her way to the ring, and now everyone's happy because they're like, "We don't boo, fuck you, Dom." All right, now we get to hear what we want. Um, so she welcomes everyone to Monday Night Mommy, and she gets
Woo!
to kind of gloat for a minute or two about how awesome she is and how she beats up on people. Great fat joke. Um, Goes on a promo about it doesn't matter how big of a threat you are or how big you are. I think we could have been a little meaner with the fat jokes. I would have want some more fat jokes, but that it's okay. I'll take what I can get. And then eventually Becky Lynch comes in because she had won the Elimination Chamber, so they're setting that up, starting to go down this road, and she fucking she's fucking dressed as fucking Michael Jackson in Thriller.
Bro, I'm
And
telling you,
I,
I did like the get up though, but you're right. It was peak Thriller.
it was. She was dressed as
It,
Thriller,
she could have been
and
in the video.
yeah, she could have been. As long as she's not on the microphone, because then she goes on a weird promo. I wanted this last episode. Her fucking promos are like AI generated, I think, or I'm not sure who's writing for her or if they're letting her write these.
Can we
But
stop letting the intern write for Becky?
she goes on this promo, and it's like a promo you would do against like a Roman Reigns or like a Brock Lesnar who's not there all the time. She's like, I've been holding it down and I'm always here. I'm like Rhea Ripley's on every show. What are you talking about? Like she defends this title once a month
She's a
at a
fighting
minimum.
champion.
So it was a dumb promo. She does call Dom a dirty kumquat.
Shut your mouth, you dirty kumquat. And in her accent, it sounds so good. I don't know how Dom keeps a straight face when that happens, bro. Like
It was so good.
I would have broke character and died.
But and then this is like a weird thing. You went into this on your notes, which is really funny. How
Yeah,
she
yeah. Okay,
explain this.
so basically, Rhea goes on this like when they get into the main point of the promo where fucking Becky Lynch is what you called mansplaining everything. Rhea gets into this like weird feminist style mini rant on Becky about how like the man thinks that they're the backbone of everything, and then she says the whole like the whole fucking diet the behind every man or great man is an even greater woman gem that we hear all the time. And like it's weird because like I get what she's going with, but the man things again, you do realize you are talking to a female, right? Like she is a woman. The whole man things gimmick thing, I'm very sure we've cleared that up. She's fucking Seth Rollins. They have a child. That's a woman. What are we doing with this? But
What if?
I
But
don't.
what if
I
she's?
don't
What if she's not? What if? What if Becky Lynch has a dick?
then you know what? Then I've lost all hope for me. If Becky Lynch has a dick, I'm never going to a bar again. I won't be able to tell anymore. That's it. I'm never going to a bar. I'm never talking to people that are younger than me. Like that's it. It's over. Nah. Nah, but like listen, it sounds stupid, but we don't care because it's Rhea Ripley.
I'm
Rhea
so
Ripley can make no sense, and we don't give a shit.
yeah, thank God she's involved in this because like we're gonna get a whole lot of Becky Lynch promo for the next month straight. I don't know how I'm gonna deal with this.
She
It,
said, she said, "Don't ever disrespect my Latino heat," and I was like, "All right." I love how we're totally giving Dom Eddie's whole gimmick, like straight up, just here you go. Like that's Rey Mysterio's child. Here's Eddie's gimmick. you get the 619 from your dad, everything else from your other dad.
and then somehow Rhea Ripley ends up with the shoulder shake followed by the frog splash. Somehow, not sure how, but that's how that worked.
I love it. You're right. I didn't notice that till now, and now I'm never gonna not
Are
notice
they
it.
just
She
like
does do a shoulder
they're
shake.
just gonna like distribute his whole gimmick in the whole Judgment Day, and you can get like Finn Balor bring it like riding lowriders to the fucking ring.
Oh my god! Just don't let Damian Priest go into a fucking drug addiction, please.
Oh no,
I
yeah,
don't.
that
I didn't
wouldn't be
like that
good.
gimmick. That gimmick sucked.
Yeah, that was bad.
Oh,
That wasn't a
terrible
good one.
fucking gimmick.
But
The only good thing about that gimmick was the speech that Eddie gave to Brock. That little promo that he did.
yeah,
That
that
was
was a
like
good one.
5-6 minutes. But the whole gimmick itself was just stupid. But
But
go ahead. Let's
yeah,
continue.
back
Let's continue.
back to the show. In a very unsurprising manner, Nia Jax has decided to assault people again. She she is she is pissed, and she takes the fat offensive back to the ring to Becky Lynch, and she just fucks her up. It was pretty bad. Well, we learned her reasoning later in an interview, but she comes
So
out with kind of a new hairstyle, which is interesting.
she looks so fucking unhinged, bro. I hope that's on purpose because good job.
Yeah,
I hope that was like there was a point to that. I'm gonna totally fuck my entire hair up and then come on Raw and fat people to death. And I mean, this shit was a Rikishi moveset demonstration. Like, if you went on, what is it, No Mercy, and then got Rikishi and did every single one of Rikishi's moves, that was what Nia Jax did to 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 Becky Lynch here. Almost to the point where, you know, she did the fat drop in the corner which I think they call that the Annihilator. Now I'm not sure what they called it beforehand.
Yeah, yeah,
I just
the
called it the
Annihilator,
Fat Drop. You know,
the Earthquake.
corner fat drop. You know, butt slam, corner butt slam. But
And then
go
so
ahead.
this is where where you'll find this great. This is where the commercial fuckery begins for me. Just like so they go to commercial. I'm like, okay, that's a good place to go to commercial. We're kind of wrapping up all that. Um, we come back from commercial and we get a Sami Zayn entrance, which is fun. The crowd likes Sammy. He looks like a fucking homeless person, which is like the weirdest getup for a pro wrestler, but it works for him.
I think it's because of where he's from.
Where's
If
he
I'm
from?
not, if I'm not mistaken, Sami Zayn is. Well, he's from Canadian, but his nationality is Turkish, I believe. I've got to look that one up, but
Oh,
or Syrian, one of the two. Let me look that one up real quick. It's one of those in the in that area in the
he's one of the white Middle Easterns.
yeah. Like his real name is Rami Sebi.
Ah,
That's
okay,
that's definitely Arabic.
okay,
Da, da, da. Syrian. Yeah, he's Syrian.
that's dope. I didn't know that about Sami Zayn. What a weird combination. He's a Syrian Canadian. What the fuck?
I didn't know they had those up there, but all right, Sammy.
Oil fields, eh?
I remember learning about that because he had this promo a while back where it was right when the the Israel Palestine war started really happening, and Sami Zayn did this promo on the Judgment Day, and you could tell that none of that promo had anything to do with Judgment Day at all. But yeah, go ahead. I digress.
But yeah,
What was
so they came back from commercial to show a Sami Zayn entrance to go back to commercial. I was like, what the fuck? Okay. And then they come back and they show us that, the hey, The Rock's gonna be at SmackDown for the next 3 or 4 SmackDowns, whatever. You noted that they make sure to tell us that it's sold out. So buy your tickets. Give me your money. Give me your money. Um, and then for some reason, so I'm like, okay, they get done with that, cool. I'm like, all right, cool. Let's see who Sami Zayn's gonna wrestle against tonight. Nope. We for some reason go right to a backstage interview
Oh yeah, that's right. Yeah,
with
yeah,
Nia Jax. I'm like, okay, well this seems all out of order, but
she
continue.
was, by the way, completely fucking unhinged again. Like,
Yeah,
and
she's
now
having a mental breakdown.
now she's having a fucking mental episode.
Yeah, and she promises that Becky Lynch isn't going to make it to WrestleMania. So I think she's just going to torture Becky Lynch for the next 30 days, and that she's basically going to murder Liv Morgan later tonight.
Fun.
And that's the whole promo. and so, and then we go back to commercial.
Back to Sammy. Or yeah, no, wait. Back to Sammy. Back to commercial.
Yeah, I'm like, what the fuck, dude?
I did get
I'm
that one.
I'm like, kill me, just fucking kill me. And then they finally come back, and Shinsuke's entering, and it's weird because this was like the first Shinsuke entrance without Pat McAfee getting on the table and dancing. I was like, this is awkward. Like this is weird. I don't
Nah,
like this.
nah, dude. He's got to get back to. I think it's because Shinsuke's a super heel now.
He is,
Bro,
but
you
people
gotta
like him
get
too
back.
much. But I like heels though, so that's just me. I kind of root for him, but
I do. I do.
I like him.
That
But now we finally
you gotta be a really good guy for me to like root for the good. I'm usually heel faction. My son hates
yeah.
it.
They're funnier. They're better, more entertaining. Besides the bloodline, fuck the bloodline. Um, Now we finally get wrestling. Like I don't know, 30 minutes into the show.
We're like
30,
30 minutes into the show.
30 minutes into the wrestling program, we watch wrestling. It's a good fucking start to the match. A little back and forth action, hard shots, kind of what you'd expect. And then they get out of the ring. They had a fucking great moonsault off the barricade. I can't pronounce any of Shinsuke's things, but they all look cool.
And Michael Cole is doing his damnedest to try.
Yes, they should maybe think about Americanizing the names a little bit, but it's cool. I guess all the young anime kids are super into it, which is probably gimmick. Um,
Yeah, no, that's definitely the fucking point.
and then so we get about like 10 minutes of this. It's good wrestling, and then once again, God forbid we just watch a match. We go back to commercial mid match, which God, I fucking this is the one thing AEW gets
can we
really
go?
right.
Can we go back to at least fucking putting the commercial in the sidebar like we were doing like a month or two ago?
Yeah.
Like,
And that's what AEW still does, dude. They fucking do picture in picture, and it's like half the screen is the match and half the screen is the fucking commercial. We're gonna do it, good match. But anyways, so like throughout the commercial break and like right before, it kind of turns into like Shinsuke's fucking Sammy up, and it's just kind of looking like what's been happening to Sammy for a while now. Um, then we come back from break, and Sammy like kind of builds some momentum and he like goes into like his super raging crackhead mode where you tell the guy outside of 7-Eleven like you don't have any change and he fucking freaks the fuck out on you.
with the beard, he does look like that guy.
Dude, he does. He looks like a crazy homeless man. um but it doesn't go well, and then Shinsuke drops um Sammy on his face on the ring apron, which looks like a not really good spot. Like he actually slammed the shit out of him, which looked like it hurt a
look,
lot.
look brutal. Like, if that's what we were going for, nailed it.
Yeah, good job there. Let me go back to fucking commercial again, again with the fucking commercial.
But he's getting, he's getting, what fucking, uh, not just the one that we'll talk about later, but you're getting like all those shoehorned ads. I just get NXT commercials, so
Oh
now
my
I kind of know
god,
what's going on with NXT.
I'm getting the fucking EST ad spammed.
I I know that commercial because I do get to see SmackDown live on TV, and I did see Elimination Chamber, and they played that ad a lot.
I want to take that little green thing and shove it so far up Bianca Belair's ass and turn that little fucking thing into an anal bead. I'm so sick of listening to the same. Let's get different. If you're gonna spam commercials at me, at least get some different ones. Get some entertaining ones. I don't know. Think about it.
Put our truth in a commercial already, for the love of fuck.
Right.
Anyway,
But so we finally come back, and then Sammy once again gains his baser powers, and he comes back. He's all loaded up on Mountain Dew and cocaine, and he says enough with this losing shit. He goes, I'm done with this losing shit, and he puts Shinsuke face first into the turnbuckle. Huluva kicks the back of his head, props him
beautiful.
back up, props him back up the other way, and then Huluva kicks him right in the face. He's like, you know what? I'm doing this back to back.
I'm going to kill Shinsuke.
And they both look really good.
They do, dude. They're beautiful looking. Shinsuke sells these motherfuckers so good. Like the second haluva kick, Shinsuke died. I was very convinced that he was dead, and I'm good with that. Like that's that they were beautiful looking. First off, Sammy does a good haluva kick just altogether, but that particular one I would rank in the top 5. That was a good looking kick. Good job on Shinsuke. I'm sorry.
I still thought like just because they fucked Sammy over so much, I thought he was gonna get Dolph Ziggler again. I thought somehow this someone's gonna show up, but they didn't, and he finally fucking won.
He gets a win!
He finally did it, which is cool.
Yay!
Good for him. It's good to see the Canadians win every once in a while. Not too much,
Good vibes. Good vibes.
but yeah, it was a fun time. And then of course we have to go to another commercial after this. Of course we have to go to another commercial. Then we come back and we get a nice Imperium versus New Day promo kind of recap of
Just a
the beef.
reminder that they hate each other.
Yeah, which like I'll just get into it now. The whole summary of this beef is that Imperium thinks the minorities are ruining the purity of wrestling. It's basically listening to like a boomer
so, so
complaining about
they have found a way to make American History X a wrestling promo.
yeah, they're doing too much dancing. It's like listening to a fucking like boomer complain about like football. They're like, why do they do all these dances in the end zone? They're ruining the game. That's basically the promo.
Yo, it's good to know that in 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 2024 we have found a way to do certain things in wrestling still. We'll get to the one I really like later, but we are still finding a way to be insanely racist. And now we're using Nazis to do it. this this
Hilarious.
I'm sorry. I don't care that they're named Imperium. On this show, they are Nazis.
Yes.
That is what they are called. I totally have given up on YouTube. I'm sure they're going to take down a lot of the off-season notes eventually if they ever review these things. But those fucking people are Nazis. You get the way they are, they're totally fucking, you could just throw the red band on them. Those fucking people are Nazis. If you ever wanted to know what Nazis look like, that fucking stable right there is a good way to start. Anyway, okay, let's get to this. Let's get to this match.
This was a great match. It's
This
the
promo had nothing to do with the match that was coming on. By
no.
the way, just
So this is the I think it was the only match of the night that is not abruptly interrupted by a commercial, and you'll see why. So Chelsea Green gets announced, and great Samantha Irving
Samantha
doing her
Irving
thing.
doing Chelsea Green. I'm sorry, that's good. That's just good fucking attention to detail.
It's
That's a
good stuff.
perfect way. Yeah, it's a perfect way to introduce that character. I get. I enjoy it.
And then
Don't stop doing that.
Michael Cole and Pat McAfee have like a funny little back and forth. Where they're like trying to announce their own names, like they do Chelsea Green. So that's pretty funny. And then Chelsea gets in the ring, and she's talking about being a snob and how everything's rigged and everything's fraudulent. It was stop the steal.
was robbed of my opportunity in this elimination chamber, and I am making a formal complaint to the management. I'm sorry. Yeah.
Someone's got to Photoshop her at January 6th. her last formal complaint.
No. Oh shit, dude. Okay, I'm sorry, but that's funny. Anyway, all right. So let's get to
Yeah, okay, so
let's get to more Chelsea Green. I love this.
it's good. It's funny stuff. Uh, she looks like she's not gonna stop. Complaining formally, informally, lots of complaining, and then we finally get saved from losing any more brain cells. With Raquel Rodriguez entering, she gets a huge pop. Everyone's happy she's back. Um, and they they start this match in the best way possible. They fucking Chelsea Green walks up and does the Bugs Bunny step over this line meme.
Yeah. I, I saw. So the first time I saw Raw, I was still in a bowling alley bowling because I bowl on Monday nights. And what they put there was nothing sports wise really happening significant locally, so they let Raw happen on the TVs. So I saw this, but with no sound, and I'm just fucking losing it at the fucking bowling table. Like my bowling teammates are like, "What the fuck is wrong with you?" I'm like, "You won't understand." I'm sitting there in the chat like, "Are they really doing the fucking Bugs Bunny thing right now?"
They did it so good too. So she draws the line with her foot. Chelsea does, and Raquel steps over the line, and then Chelsea just draws another line. She's like, "No, this is the line."
You won't step over this line though.
Yeah, and of course Raquel does, and then Chelsea gets in the one bit of offense she will have tonight.
Slaps the dog shit out of Raquel.
She
And
got
I'm
in her
like,
one
"Dude,
shot.
I'm sorry."
She gets in her one shot there, and then this is a 30-second match. This is just Raquel Rodriguez beating the absolute shit out of Chelsea Green for 30 seconds, slams the fuck out of her. 1, 2, 3, it's over.
Which, by the way, we're still pushing 2K ratings.
Yes, we
We
are.
get to see a flash
Yeah.
of the 2K ratings.
Which we did in the Shinsuke match too, again. And they did announce during that though that you're not going to get me to buy this because of it, you sick fucks. But it is pretty cool. I'll watch someone do it on YouTube. So Pat McAfee's in the game, but Pat McAfee's in the game, and in some sort or fashion, members of the Toxic Table are also in the game. See, at least Monkey, you've an excuse. You have a son, so you can test this for us.
Boston Connor and Tyler and everybody are in the fucking game.
And they allude to that somehow.
That is awesome. I'm sorry, but that is awesome. And yes, I will be forgiven because I have a child.
Yeah, so my child wanted the
down
game.
the days.
Ah, poor kid.
No, he doesn't have a reference. That kid is innocent. I wish I was him because he actually enjoys these games. I can't because I have a reference and a memory of when games were good and when these games were good. And
It's so bad. Like I told you about my PS3 emulator, and I'm currently playing Here Comes the Pain again. And like, yeah, the graphics are shit, but like the gameplay is so much better.
gameplay.
Like
Dude,
it doesn't. Why did they make this so complicated for WWE 2K? Why am I
because
fucking?
2K likes to make everything fucking complicated, bro. They found a way to fucking make a sport that you put a ball through a hoop complicated, alright? Like,
It's so dumb.
yeah, it is. It is. I really hope that game doesn't suck because that's supposed to be the Bray Wyatt showcase. I'll be mad.
Oh yeah, no, you'll be mad. Don't worry. Just don't even get your hopes up. You'll be mad about it. Um, so we go to a backstage interview with Sami Zayn, and he's just very happy. He's talking about needed the win. He's looking at WrestleMania, and he needed to get in the win column and go on a win streak so he could get to WrestleMania. That's pretty much his promo, and he was trying to go more, and then the Nazis are for some reason there, walking past him,
Dun,
which
dun, dun.
which I thought at the time I was like, oh, okay, cool, maybe they're starting to um, kind of set up Sammy to face the head Nazi
Yeah,
at
dude,
WrestleMania.
it's crazy how many people are getting teased towards Gunther.
Everyone is literally anyone who hasn't fought Gunther.
Yeah, yeah. Like basically, everybody who hasn't fought Gunther is getting teased towards Gunther. So it. We'll get to it later, but we do find out who ultimately it'll probably be.
And at this point in the notes, apparently, this is where I really start losing my mind. And I say if I see one more Cricket EST ad, I'm going to commit suicide.
I get none of these cricket ads when I'm doing the review. I didn't see one. Every cricket ad was obviously replaced with a WWE promo.
Like, yo, Cricket, you're clearly spending millions of dollars on ad placement in WWE. Can we take, like, I don't know, 200 grand? Can we make, like, two different ads real quick? Just two different ads. Let's just fucking,
Put Drew McIntyre back in an ad. Fuck it.
yeah. He just signed a contract, by the way. I was reading that today
Oh, he did?
on the websites. Yeah, they just extended his contract for a while, which I figured was going to be the case. It's been in the news for a while, and they keep pushing him. And then clearly he won Elimination Chamber, and they're pushing him for Mania. So you're not going to do that with someone who's going to leave potentially shortly
Yeah,
after that.
that's true.
Um, now we get now we get the Nazi propaganda.
Third Reich Town Hall. so, so we don't really call. What is that? What do we call that? Fucking, it's not a town. It's like a Third Reich rally, or what do we
Yeah,
call those?
the Reich rally.
Ah, shit, son. All right, let's get to it.
Yeah. So Gunther is oh, he's such a good fucking heel. I think he's a little better than Roman. I know you probably
Dude,
have Roman above him, but
Gunther
I think he's the
is
best
the
heel.
greatest heel right now. That's not named Roman Reigns. The only reason I have him over Roman Reigns is because the entirety of the length of Roman Reigns' title reign is the most aggravating thing in the fucking world, and it's very hard to top that. But Gunther is such a genuine great. He is so fucking Nazi-ish, bro. Like he's so good at being it too. He is a prick at all times. Not I said it before. He should have been in the Inglorious Bastards. This guy is just super fucking good at pissing people off and playing the Nazi superior fucking I'm better than you at everything role. This is like that fucking the German version of the fucking Russian boxer in Rocky.
Yeah, he's like WWE, and if like he's like a Nazi and like Tom Brady combined, because no one can beat this unathletic looking fucking white guy for some reason that no one can figure out why we can't beat this fucking guy. And so he does give Jey Uso some credit for their last match. He's like, he almost beat me. I got lucky, which was like that's kind of cool. And then obviously he's just being a complete asshole and not really being honest about that at all. And then he just proceeds to gloat some more, and then starts listing off people who he could face, and just lists off the whole mid card. He lists
Just
our
shits on the entire fucking
everyone,
card.
and even mentions our truth, which people in the arena are like, yes, please give us our truth at WrestleMania. They're very hyped on that.
They'll give him our truth at WrestleMania. The problem is he gonna get the right flight there?
Oh yeah, I don't know.
Did he
He's
ever
gonna.
make it back from Austria?
I don't know. It's a good question. I hope he did. Oh no, he did. He shows up on Raw later.
Oh yeah, that's true. Yeah. We'll get to that.
Yeah, he made it back, and then so we get interrupted by the Judgment Day, which I'm starting to notice is like it's the Nazis versus the Soviet Union. It's the two factions no one wants to see together. Which this kind of like I don't understand where they're going with it. Like you don't really want to do like heel versus heel matches ever. Like they're just confusing. I mean, I guess you could. I don't like it, but it's a fun idea, I guess.
So I'm not gonna lie, I do dig it. I popped hard as fuck for this because it's God, how do you? It's like watching Doomsday go at it with God, what's that fucker's name? Apocalypse or whatever the fuck. Like
True.
like you get to see two Titanic, angry people go at it against each other. You don't really give a shit about if they're gonna hurt each other. You're actually more interested on who's gonna hurt each other worse, or who's gonna hurt the other worse. Like I do like putting heels against each other, and then sometimes you get like I feel like Judgment Day at this point is on the because of our truth is kind of on the like they're obvious heels, but people do like dig them, you know.
Yeah,
Also
they're getting into like more of the anti-hero kind of arc, which is cool. So they get into it, and um, they're kind of Damian Priest is kind of leading the promo, and he tells Gunther and the Nazis that the Judgment Day are going to do another clean sweep, just like they did at Elimination Chamber, and this time we're coming for you. And then for some reason proceeds to also tell these European guys in Spanish.
Priest shoehorns in a Spanish line, "Eso incluye tuyo," which means that includes yours. And he then asks the Nazis if he understands that, if he understood him. The Nazis that probably have never heard spit. Well, that's, you know what? It's not true.
Yeah.
They did run to what was it, Argentina or something?
Yeah, they did.
But still, why are we shooting Spanish at fucking Nazis? That is not their first. God damn it, Priest.
Weird. And then for some reason,
this whole thing, by the way, has,
this whole thing's like, weird.
This whole thing has Soviet Union versus Third Reich vibes, bro.
It really is. And then, so like this whole thing is between Damian Priest and Gunther, and then he's like, well, Gunther's like, well, which one of it is you? And then Dom gets in his face, and the whole arena wants to get boo, fuck you, Dom, boo.
He can't even speak, bro. And he was supposed to say something hard right there, like
Yeah, and so then it just devolves into like a shoving thing, and
I thought at first he was gonna call him out. I thought Dom was gonna call him out at first.
yeah,
I'm coming for your belt, and he ends up saying, "That's gonna. If we want that, we're gonna get it. Judgment Day is gonna get that belt." And I'm like, Dom, you bitch.
and then they do the hold me back meme, but it's Damian Priest getting held back, and not the guy that was in Gunther's face.
That
So
just
I'm
got
just
shoved.
confused. Yeah, I'm just confused. I'm like, what the fuck? And then they go back to the backstage after commercial, and fucking, they basically say that like this is like Dom's fight, and then the whole Judgment Day basically doesn't believe in Dom, is what I got out of this.
Yeah, cause okay, the whole vibe you're supposed to get, which you don't get immediately in the ring when these guys are sitting there having their shoving match. You don't you're still, who the fuck is gonna challenge him? Is it gonna be Dom? Is it gonna be Priest? Because it looks like it was gonna be Priest when they were leaving the fucking ring. So for a moment, until they get to the back, you're thinking, what the fuck did I just saw? And then you finally get it confirmed that it's going to be, they don't say it outright, but it's going to be Dom and Gunther, because Rhea goes and says, really, Dom? Gunther? Like, no one believes in Dom, not even the one fucking him. Like, you really going to, really? Gunther? Like, you sure about that? You all right with that? You good? You better. Oh boy. so they have that thing, and I think who else is back there? Honor Donde, isn't it?
It's like him and Dom might go at it next week. That'll be fun.
Aradonde sitting back there like, hey, by the way, buddy, I'm going to get my first match. And he does the little, which every Latin knows when they're doing it means something, but Dom doesn't pick up on it because he's more concerned with convincing his whatever the fuck his mommy that he can beat the Nazi. So yeah, after this we had a street fight, didn't we?
Yeah, this is a good one. So, meanwhile, during all this, the Nazis are still in the ring. They haven't left, and then we get the New Day coming out. They got fucking awesome San Jose Sharks sweaters on, and they, classic street fight start, try to start running at the ring, and then the Nazis get out. They run towards them, and they start oppressing the minorities like Nazis do. Start beating the shit out of them. It's really classic start of the street fight here, and then they're like throwing them into the fucking screens and shit. But then Woods
This
goes.
thing hasn't even made it like.
No, we don't get to the ring for a while. We're actually rarely in the ring for this whole fight, which is like how it's supposed to be. So cool. And then so Xavier Woods goes back and he gets his like cool fucking trombone, which he sacrifices, beats the shit out of the Nazis with the trombone, which is a kind of cool little thing to do. And then of course it's time for another commercial break.
Yay!
God
Let's
damn
hear
it.
about some more mobile phone coverage.
From Cricket. Fuck. Um,
With the money that you spend in ads, you'd think that you'd have better service.
nope. Really
Bianca
don't get
Belair
it.
must be expensive, huh?
Yeah, yeah. So we come back from learning about cricket again, and we finally have made it back to the ringside. Um, Match getting pretty decent, nice like slams outside of the ring. We get the we want tables shit starts happening, and
Fucking
um,
love that. They tease tables so much in this match. It's
they
awesome.
do. It's so good. Um, Kofi sets up the table, but kind of gets sidetracked there, and then we finally get into the ring, and the Nazis whip out kendo sticks and just start beating the shit out of the New Day, just over and over. There were some pretty hard, stiff
Which
shots in this.
by the way, before that, they had chairs out. Those were very hard chair shots.
For for modern WWE standards, it was a pretty heavy
I
match.
mean, they weren't rock cracking fucking Ken Shamrock's skull in three, but for 2024 WWE, they were pretty fucking. They were pretty loud. But yeah, so we get kendo sticks from Nazis.
And then they kind of reverse it, and then the New Day's beating the shit out of them with kendo sticks.
Which is,
They,
by the way, an incredible visual.
yeah,
To
it
have
was.
to have fucking, because all I'm thinking about, they have Xavier Woods in the middle of the ring, and these Nazis are beating the shit out of them with kendo sticks, and all I'm thinking about is, all right, this is like three people short of Rodney King right now, but this is
Exactly what I was
real
thinking.
close, dude. I bet you Paul Heyman had something to do with that.
Yeah, yeah. Um, so they kind of spill out the ring again, and now the table tease is over. We get a really fucking cool spot. We get fucking Xavier Woods top rope to the outside of the ring, elbow drop into the Nazi's face through a table. Fucking really cool spot.
Kofi, get the tables, dude. They did that shit, and I was like, yes.
Then they kind of continue to pummel the Nazis. They bring the Nazis back in the ring. It's looking like New Day's gonna win this one here, and then they're gonna go for the finish. Kofi gets onto the top, and then one of the Nazis pushes him off the top rope, slamming him into another table, which is fucking cool. That was awesome. And then
Kofi ate some wood there.
yeah, he did. And then they kind of sneak up and do a little sneak attack roll on Woods, and
Cheap roll up pin.
yeah, and the
Good
Nazis
heel,
win this
good heel
time.
win. Definitely on brand heel win. Good heel win. Like overall, this was a good match. This was for 2024. This was a very decent street fight. Like when they said, "Oh, we're gonna have a street fight on Raw," I was like, "Wow, it is the USA Network."
Which is awesome. So they're on USA and then Netflix soon. So it's get slowly.
That's what I want to know when they get to Netflix is if that's when they turn up.
I think
Triple
so.
H is like, all right, let's start bringing out the dick jokes again.
Oh, please, be awesome. So of course another commercial, and then I'll be honest, I kind of zoned out during this next match. So
Shayna Blazer and Zoe Stark versus Candice LeRae and Indy Hartwell, and I gotta say, I can't blame you, because there's first off, this is cold as hell. I think the match, but on top of that, like everybody involved is very not interesting. Like I get the Shayna Blazer gimmick, like oh she's MMA trained and she had that thing with Ronda Rousey for a bit, but like it's not. It feels very Ken Shamrock-ish. Like it's not boring. It's not good. It's very boring.
Yeah, well, it worked with Ken Shamrock because he was like an actual
Well, it
UFC
did.
champion.
It did, but Ken Shamrock was like a mid carder
Yeah,
for most of his career. I think he had a week at the top card. I think he was a champion once, but when I think it was when he was in the corporation, if I'm not mistaken. But other than that, he's been a mid carder, and even in the corporation, he wasn't like a main player in the corporation either. So, and it's I always felt Ken Shamrock was boring. Like I didn't. I understand that he beat people up for the matter. I thought Dan Severn was fucking boring. Like that shit does look good, like in a UFC octagon, but in a ring there needed to be more to. Like Ronda Rousey had the whole uh, Roddy Piper thing going. That made her interesting for like 2 or 3 weeks. She had a promo with Triple H and fucking, or not a promo, but a whole little run with Triple H and Stephanie McMahon. The way they booked her, that looked great. But after that, she gets stale. They put her with fucking Shayna Blazer, got stale real quick. I it, these these kind of I guess characters need more to them than just I beat the shit out of people and can break your arm, because it's not that. All right, cool. Like I get it, whatever. And to Candace and Indy's credit, they just got here, so it's I
yeah.
don't know.
It doesn't work because it's not like the '90s or the '80s anymore. Like kayfabe's
And the
completely dead. This
my
is like we're stop it.
my big gripe with the Shayna Blazer gimmick and the Zoe Stark gimmick is I already find Shayna Blazer boring in the Ken Shamrock way. So why do we need Ken Shamrock Jr.? Like why do we have like a smaller Shayna Blazer? Like, can we get her? She looks like she could be something else. Like she doesn't have to be a bruiser like that. I don't know. It doesn't. Again, I fuck this match. Like you're right. This match was meh. Like it was a good match, but there wasn't anything to it. There wasn't any needle moving going on here. It was I feel this felt like filler,
It
like
was
show filler.
complete filler, and then another commercial. God damn it! And then so we come back and we get a nice moment with Michael Cole. It's his 60th birthday. We're fucking old as shit now. It
Yeah, we
sucks.
are. This got. Do we remember when Michael Cole first joined WWE and he had just that little black mustache and he was like, what was it, a backstage interviewer that The Rock was abusing and Stone Cold was abusing? We have come so far.
What's crazy is like Michael Cole is like he's like I don't know how to explain it. For
He sounds the same too. That's what's nuts to me. He sounds exactly the same as when he did back in 1999.
but we're so old that like to like your son's generation, he's like their JR.
Yeah, yeah,
Fucking
you're right.
crazy.
You're right. Imagine that. Michael Cole is a JR now. That's fuck fuck this. I hate this phenomena called age.
Stupid. But after that, we get a probably the
Speaking of
funniest part
stupid,
of the night. Speaking of stupid, our truth has once again snuck back in to the Judgment Day's locker room.
by the way, locks just don't exist in the WWE. We have figured this out.
No, no, they don't have locks. We come to our truth watching a TV in the Judgment Day room with nothing on it. It is this TV is turned off, and R-Truth is staring at it,
Well, he was
and then
also staring at his shirt.
that
His
too,
shirt.
and
The little fucking shirt that he made.
so his new friends DIY show up along with the Miz, and they're trying to cheer him up. They're like, we're gonna get revenge, and we're gonna help you out. And then our truth seems very grateful, and he goes, I'm glad to get some help from my friend the Miz and Regeneration X.
Shawn Michaels, the Heartbreak Kid, Triple H. And we're Regeneration X now. RX. We're going with RX. That's what we're going with. Do you know how fucking hilarious that is? RX. They shoot. By the way, in the whole thing, they shoehorned DX jokes all throughout. Even Ciampa was like, "Are you ready?" And I'm like, "Oh my god, dude."
Well, because at first they're all three of them look at R-Truth and they're like, "Dude, what the fuck? Are you really this dumb?" And they're like, "All right, the only way we're gonna get him to buy in is to lean into it." So let's just throw out all the fucking DX things that we can here in the next 20 seconds. And then
By the way, we'll have to kill Triple H to truly get DX to die. He's
Yes.
just going to keep recreating DX. This is it. Now we're gonna have DX, RX, ZX, GX. Like, dude, I'm telling you, DX is never dying.
So our truth finally gets some closure here, and he's gonna move out his personal belongings out of the Judgment Day's locker room and finally move out. He's gonna take the TV with him.
He says, he takes the little CRTV that he left in there months back, and he noticed that the cord to the CRT TV, which for our younger viewers, a CRT TV is a big giant TV back in the old days where they also required cords that were not readily detachable to plug into the wall. So the cords missing on a CRT TV is already abnormal. But he goes, "Oh, the cords are missing." And fucking Johnny Gargano, like an asshole, has to fucking ask, "Well, is it cordless?" Dude, you're an ass. You know, no, you don't. You're probably 20, you cunt fuck. So he asks if the CRTV thing is cordless, and Truth goes, "Nope," and just walks away with it. Like, I'm sorry, this man is a motherfucking treasure. I'm gonna be sad as hell when he stops coming on TV again. We need to keep him here forever. R-Truth is the greatest thing in wrestling today, hands down. Total mark for it. I can't get over the fucking CRT. I died. No, the wires are missing. Jesus fucking Christ. Imagine, because they can never get this. They can never get the fucking thing to work. What if it never had a wire?
It probably never did.
They've been trying, and multiple people in Judgment Day have tried getting that TV to work for months, and it doesn't have a cord. Oh, fuck, dude. Alright. I'm sorry. I could go on forever about this, so let's keep it fucking moving.
Alright, so we move on to Drew McIntyre. It's his turn to gloat. A lot of gloating tonight. This is the look at me, I just won show. like it
Oh yeah.
always is after a pay per view. And so Seth's in the ring, and he is still going on about being the savior of the planet. And he's like, "We did it, everyone." He goes, "Thanks for praying for me. Like anyone actually prayed for this."
I'm sorry, but that was kind of funny.
And then, so I guess Drew, he mentions his injury, which is a real injury, by the way. He got during the Elimination Chamber. Somehow he burst his own eardrum. I don't know how you do that wrestling, but I've had that. That sucks. Um, but he goes on to continue to absolutely shit on CM Punk, saying that it's not going to prevent him from going to WrestleMania because he's not a little bitch.
What do I look like? CM Punk? Dude, he's by the way doing the greatest bad comic routine ever. Drew McIntyre.
Yeah, it's awesome. And then he goes even further and he's like, I'm gonna sit crisscross applesauce. He tells the TV guys not to film up his kilt.
You perv. Yo, when he said that, I'm like, yo, he's going full asshole. I didn't know Drake.
Yeah.
He's being a special blend of dick in these last few weeks.
It's been refreshing. It's nice. And what's refreshing too is though they invite Seth Rollins down, who does his whole deal and takes 20,000 minutes get into the ring, sing along time, Monday Night Rollins, woo, and then I don't know why this is so hard, but finally the WWE gives us two people at the same time who are good on a microphone for the first time tonight. We made it, guys. We finally did it. And so this is so ironic. So Drew wants to talk to Seth about how you need to get out of the Bloodlines business. We have our own match of WrestleMania, and he goes in because he's like, you know what's going to happen? They're going to show up in hoodies, and they're going to ruin the match, and they're going to taint my WrestleMania victory, which is the most ironic shit you could say because
that is
the
the
last
most
month.
that is the most Drew McIntyre statement. He's so on brand. Yeah. On top of what you're about to say, just the whole thing, like him saying, yeah, so that they don't fuck up me beating you, like, because you're not winning, by the way, prick.
Yeah. And he also goes on to say like how good of a champion he's going to be, and the guy who spent about an hour's worth of screen time on SmackDown last week is telling us how he wouldn't piss on SmackDown if it was on fire. So that's interesting.
This
That's a great
is
statement.
this is very like he's trying to start a civil war type shit. Which that in effect, like that in theory sounds cool. However, Drew, we did that once before and it didn't work all that great. It was called the
No,
Invasion Era.
no, it wasn't that good.
It sucked. Anyway, let's go. Sorry.
Anyway, so Seth agrees with them that he's like, yeah, it might be a bad idea, but you could also be wrong. And he's pretty much being like he's being like people's champion right now, basically saying like we could fucking kill the bloodline if it's the last thing I do. Really good. He'd be a good hype guy for a football team.
Yeah, he
He
goes
was just
hard as
getting
fuck.
everyone going.
He goes hard as
Oh,
fuck here. The delivery of some of the lines like some risk are worth taking and the blood defeating the bloodline, this is bigger than us, like that shit's gold. He's making this to be like one's trying to start a civil war between two factions, the other one's trying to kill a disease like a locker room cancer. So it's Seth does good on the mic here tonight. Like he's always good on the mic, but he's particularly good tonight.
So that was a good promo, and then we finally get to the deranged Nia Jax match, where she is gonna wrestle Liv Morgan, and
Who
this is like a
is this?
classic U2 small match. Classic U2 small match here, where oh my god, she just is literally throwing this tiny girl.
Everything looks so goddamn painful, dude.
It's so bad. And she does her like cool submission thing. I forget what they call it, but like when like she's got like her leg over her fucking shoulder, she's like stretching her out, and then she like whips Liv Morgan's face into the middle turnbuckle, which is awesome.
Oh my god, I remember
It was
that.
so cool.
Which, by the way, in this match, we get uh, Pat McAfee using some more in hilarious fashion ESPN sports broadcast technology to zoom in on people's faces and shit and make fun of them while they're in incredible
I
amounts of
know
pain.
they do like this like zoom in instant replay, like he's gonna like break something down, like break down the film, and now he's like this shit sucks. That fucking hurts.
Let's look into this a little bit further in Piero Pat Astrader, where I could really break down what's going on here. What's going on here is this bitch is in pain right now, as you can see from this zoomed in circle. Yeah, I fucking love this dude. I love every bit of it. Again, Pat McAfee being on Raw is the greatest thing to ever happen to Raw. Outside of
uh, well, modern Raw, sure. Um,
yeah, modern Raw. I gotta dial that back a little bit.
so then we get back to the match here, and Liv's just getting the absolute shit kicked out of her. She has zero chance of winning. We get another Rikishi spot, cool Samoan drop on outside of the ring too. And then after we get that Samoan drop, Michael Jackson makes another appearance tonight, and Becky Lynch comes out and she fucking ruins everything and starts beating the shit, getting her revenge on Nia Jax. And so obviously it's a DQ win for Liv Morgan, and then we eventually come back to a backstage interview with Liv, and Becky's walking past her and she stops her and she's like, not everything's always about you, and kind of acting like she even had a chance at winning the match, which she clearly
Well,
did not.
before we get to that, like when the match ends, Liv looks pissed as she's recovering at the announcer's table, and then we cut to the back. In the back, Becky Lynch is absolutely tearing Adam Pearce a new asshole about Nia Jax, and which not fucking ends up we find out that Nia Jax and Becky are gonna go 1-on-1 next week. And then Liv comes and fucking interrupts her with, not everything's about you. You didn't have to. I was in the middle of something, you bitch. Which, at this point, I just gotta say, Liv Morgan is a fucking masochist. Because you weren't winning that match, sweetheart. You were getting your ass squashed like road pizza. So, Liv Morgan's obviously getting off on pain, which I'm here for it, totally with it. I support it. Not kink shaming at all. But, yeah.
Then after this, the WWE decides to ruin all of our old people night.
All of our good vibes right now are
Yep,
about to be
everyone over
stripped.
30 is very sad. They let us and angry because they announced that Ollie Anderson has passed away, and they show his face for like 2 seconds and then go to a commercial.
Pat McAfee fucking throws in a few statistics and gets the fuck onto a commercial.
Yeah, no clips, no montage,
He
nothing.
was a former the founder of the Four Horsemen, had a lot of contributions in wrestling. All right, let's get to commercial.
Yeah, bullshit. That was dumb. Do better.
Yeah, especially for a guy like Ole Anderson, dude. Like he
I mean,
was.
we couldn't have taken 3 minutes off that boring ass tag team match to, throw up a four horseman montage real quick.
Nah, dude, we needed to know that, Liv Morgan was really upset about not being beaten the shit out of.
Yeah.
That was important.
So after we're all depressed, they give us Jey Uso, like kind of bring our spirits back up here, and he's basically uh, telling everyone why he's a loser.
Just, he's pissed. He's pissed because he keeps falling short of championship wins, and integral key wins because of past enemies and family members, even.
He's
Then
he's basically like listening to a Buffalo Bills post game press conference here.
yeah, there you go. This man is Josh Allen right now. Like I can't beat him, bro. I can't beat the Chiefs. No matter what happens. Anyway, so our favorite Dick is back, dude.
Yeah, and he does it so well too. He kind of brings you in. He's like, Jay, I've been where you're at. I know what it feels like to not get over the hump. And then he tells him that he deserves it.
It was fucking great.
Yeah. So of course they start beating the shit out of each other, and all 20 people have to come in and break it up. They're fake shaking the camera to make it to make it look all intense.
Fuck, dude. That looks way more convincing in the 90s than it does today. The
Yeah,
high
and
definition cameras really give away more than they should.
they do. And then you mentioned this, which I didn't pick up on. I was kind of tired. But yeah, we might get Drew versus Jay next week. That'd be a good match. So I'm looking forward to that if that happens.
Yeah, I mean, if you have a fucking backstage segment where you're beating the shit out of each other, that usually comes to something.
Yep. And so now we finally get to our main event of the evening. Cody Rhodes and Grayson Waller. So this is Fallout. Yeah, great way to end the show here. This is just like the fallout from everything we talked about, Elimination Chamber with the Grayson Waller effect. So they decide to fight. And so they do, their entrances. Cody has his 12 different pyro shots during his 5-minute entrance to the ring. Whoa!
Grayson still thinks he's in fucking Australia. When he comes out, he's trying to do Aussie, Aussie, Aussie chants before we get to yet another commercial.
God damn it. I stopped even putting it in the notes. I'm like, I can't even type the word commercial anymore. So done with this shit. And it was a decent match. Really, like, the match was like, they did a good job hiding it. It was just a Cody Rhodes showcase. They had to let Grayson Waller do something so they didn't completely bury him.
It's crazy to me as a 90s kid that Goldust's brother is the guy in WWE right now.
So weird.
Like, I'm watching Goldust's brother be the man. It's like, yo, fuck life. I'm tired of age. This whole show has done nothing but remind me that I am old now.
Yeah.
Anyway, yeah. Getting back to the match, sorry. I'm going to sidetrack 1,004 times.
You're good. They really... the match was okay. It was a short match. I don't really have too many notes on it. We kind of hit all Cody's spots. That was the goal of this match. They hit all Cody's spots. Cody wins.
They do a decent enough job of trying to, I guess, hide the fact that this is really just a Cody showcase match.
But during the match, at some point, um, Cole tells us that according to the internet, according to
Trending,
not
trending on X.
not according to the three different people in my ear that are literally backstage right now. According to the internet, Paul Heyman is there. And by the way, I'm on Twitter during Raw. Like, there was nothing on Twitter about Paul Heyman being at Raw.
Maybe he's on that Tor servers. You know?
Yeah, Michael Cole's on the dark web during the match.
Talking about everybody on the internet is telling us that Paul Heyman is here, so fuckery is afoot.
Yep. So, we end the match, and now Paul Heyman arrives, and he's got.
Before this, we got to go over one thing because I have to make a point to say it. We still get yet again more 2K ratings pushing.
Oh my god.
But it leads to a conversation between Pat McAfee and Michael Cole about that, where it's like they're talking about Grayson Waller's 74, and Pat McAfee's like, oh, you know, Grayson Waller's 74, and Michael Cole's like, yeah, so that's not good, which immediately tells me that 60-year-old Michael Cole is actively playing 2K and knows that rating is dog shit. That is awesome. Fucking Michael Cole's probably sitting at home at the end of fucking Raw just dropping dimes in 2K on poor 14-year-olds in Japan. That's amazing. I'm sorry, yeah. I see little things like that and I go, Michael Cole plays 2K. Fuck yeah, dude. All right.
Unfortunately, he probably doesn't because he's the commentator on 2K. So.
True. He might have a little bit of insider education. But what could you
probably.
Hey man, who knows? I found out Tony Schiavone fucking games, so who knows?
Yeah, and going back to when they were talking about Pat McAfee in the game, they surprised Pat with that during the show too. He's like, yeah, so you're in the game, Pat. He goes, I am.
Like, do they not tell Pat fucking anything?
No.
Here's your ticket for the show. See you there, buddy. Like, that's it. They don't tell this man a fucking thing at all. He doesn't get to read a script.
Nope.
Like, God damn.
What a job. So, getting back to where we're at, Paul Heyman comes out, and he's got he's got guys with suits with him.
Ladies and gentlemen.
And he must have had a weekend because his voice is cracking every 3 seconds.
Back from Perth, Australia. Yeah, I bet that flight was some fun.
Did he even? I don't think he was even there.
He said he was.
Yeah. Well, I don't believe him.
Anyway, Paul Heyman tries to finish the ladies and gentlemen thing, but he stops at ladies and lets the crowd boo him. And he waits for the perfect moment so that he can hit them with, it figures you would boo ladies in San Jose, California. Paul Heyman, the fucking GOAT, is hitting gay jokes in 2024. That is based as fuck. I'm sorry. Someone needs to say that shit. Like, someone needs to highlight that. Give him a medal. I didn't think it was possible. Paul Heyman is successfully hitting gay jokes in 2024 on the USA Network.
He did. He called the whole stadium homos.
Anyway,
But
you're ruining my shtick. Anyway, let's
yeah,
get through it.
and then Cody's like getting ready to get jumped. Basically, he gets a chair. He's like, "Fucking, where are they?" He's like, "The Bloodline's gonna try to fuck me up. I'm gonna hit someone." And then Paul Heyman's like calming him down. He's like, "It's just me here, and I'm with my friends from the NYPD who are off-duty cops." Well, no, they're not. Well, yes, they are. They're
Actually,
suspended.
they're suspended NYPD officers, but that's a whole different story, and I digress. I fucking love Paul Heyman, dude. I can listen to Paul Heyman talk for hours. I can listen to Paul Heyman and fall asleep for the night listening to Paul Heyman talk on a microphone. He's just that good. Anyway, go ahead. Sorry.
Then he also gets in a good retort to Cody. Cody starts shitting on The Rock, and then he tells Cody to keep The Rock's name out your motherfucking mouth before he gets slapped like Will Smith.
Freaking mouth. And you know, if this was ECW, you know, that sentence would have went different. Which, by the way, Paul Heyman has friends in the NYPD. Like, when does this makes the New Jack story that makes way more sense now. Paul Heyman having friends in the NYPD. Now I understand how New Jack got away with it.
Yeah. Now we finally realize why ECW didn't leave the tri-state area.
He had friends in NYPD that gets suspended apparently, but that's a different story, and I digress.
So Paul Heyman's whole deal of being here is to tell Cody that him challenging The Rock to a match at the Elimination Chamber is a bad idea, and you shouldn't do that. Pretty please don't do this with a cherry on top, or else. And Cody is like visibly angry and red. Literally red.
All over The Rock at this point.
Just great. And then he basically tells Paul Heyman and the suspended cops to go fuck themselves. And that great line that he goes, "I'm no longer being hunted by the Bloodline. I'm hunting them." And then all hell breaks loose. Share shots everywhere. He's beating the shit out of all these suspended cops, assaulting police officers.
They turned Cody Rhodes into Stone Cold Steve Austin for the last 2 minutes of Raw.
It was awesome. And then a fun little Easter egg. Paul Heyman scurrying away while the police are getting assaulted. And he's like, "I'm going to call The Rock." And Cody's like, "Call him. I don't fucking care. I don't fucking care." And then Paul Heyman pulls out 2 cell phones. He has 2 different phones on him. One has The Rock's logo on it. And the other has Roman Reigns' logo on it. So Paul Heyman is such a boomer that he has to have 2 smartphones, both on speed dial for the 2 different guys.
Paulie, instead of understanding what group chat means, has 2 different phones to call 2 different people, which makes you wonder, does he have a separate phone for CM Punk? Is the Brock Lesnar phone disconnected? Do you have a cell phone for Vince McMahon? Or is that basically burnt? Or did it get confiscated? How do you do... Paulie, you are an advocate, a manager, a wise man, and you don't have call waiting? What? Paulie got...
Just that exchange was so funny because it's not on mic, but just the ring mics are picking it up. He's like, "I'm gonna call the Rock." Cody's like, he can't, like he doesn't like do on national television. You don't need to call anyone.
Call him, I don't care.
He's like, I just said all this on national TV. The fuck?
So Rock goes out with a picture of Paulie talking into two cell phones like again, Paulie's the GOAT. I'm sorry. That dude, come on, man. You don't got a call waiting, but Paulie, it is 2024. There's chat, text messages, dude. Like, get in a group chat with these people. It'll save you a lot of time. Imagine how much money he spends on fucking a phone bill, dude. That's gotta be fucking tremendous. No wonder Paulie's broke all the time. ECW people are still in debt because Paulie's got a fucking cell phone plan for everybody he manages. I'm sorry, Tommy Dreamer. I can't pay you for 1998 when the fucking company crashed the first time. Do you know how much 20 fucking cell phone bills cost?
Well, no. Actually, he's getting a great deal thanks to Cricket Wireless. Thanks to Cricket Wireless.
He's not on the fucking commercials. Are you kidding me? There's your commercial, Cricket. Just get Paulie. Call Roman Reigns. And you can call him all day and all night, unlimited, for fucking 60 months a month. Like, oh no, dude. Holy shit. If you ever wanted to know how bad Paul Heyman was with money, there you go right there. He has literally just told you he has separate phone plans for separate people that he talks to. And this man works in the WWE, and he's been working in the WWE as a higher up for a very long time. So imagine how many contacts this man has. He probably has a Metro store full of cell phones for each and every person.
Like someone, he just hears a ringtone, and he has to go into a room in his house and rummage through 500 phones to see which one is ringing.
Oh, it's Brock. I can't pick that one up. No, fuck. I love Paul Heyman. Damn it. Never change, Paulie. That's it. That I wish that we could just get Paul Heyman back on commentary for a week so that I could hear that again too. We need a Paul Heyman appreciation night.
Let's give Michael Cole a week off.
Yeah, there you go.
Yeah.
He's 60. He's 60. I think he's earned it.
Should have given his birthday off. What the fuck?
So basically what I'm asking for is another ECW one night stand, except all of those guys are old now.
Oh, those were the best, dude. Fucking I remember the John Cena match. Oh my god.
Wins, we riot. And I believe it too. Like if Cena would have won that night, dude, I don't think they would have made it out the building. And that the great thing about Paul Heyman is that's an actual possibility because he would have been a fucking crazy bastard that would have wanted that. Imagine how much heat it would give us if we just let John Cena do that. They might stab you, Paulie, yeah, but it's okay. They won't get an organ. Look at me, I'm like 80% fat now. That's not fat. By the way, that Paul Heyman isn't truly fat. That's just where he stores all the cell phones.
Yes. He's actually very skinny.
right, so that was Raw. We're caught up. By Tuesday next week, we'll have a SmackDown and a Raw again.
I'm glad we cut off when we did because it literally was another 2 hours to do this Raw.
This was a good Raw. This was one of the better Raws that we've seen in a while. So I'm pretty happy with it. I remember watching the review like, damn, there's a lot. I can't wait for next week. What we do know now is we're gonna see The Rock on Friday, and we'll see The Rock again on Friday for the next 3-4 weeks.
Yeah, they'll pretty much have them every week going up until WrestleMania.
Well, we have that to look forward to. More $500 shirts. All right, dude. So I guess we're good. We're good for tonight.
We are.
We could go to sleep.
All right, folks. Next Tuesday, 8 o'clock Eastern, UFA, and not this Sunday, next Sunday, 28-3 recap podcast.
Yes.
I got to start watching the game.
I got to start watching that game too. I'm gonna make the doc tomorrow.
Yeah, and I'm gonna do it in parts so I can get some good notes.
All right, y'all. See y'all on Tuesday. Good night.
All right. Peace.
Peace.